Good evening, everybody, and welcome into the Golfing Dads. How's everybody doing this evening?
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
There's nothing going on in golf this week, is there?
No.
This is an emotional roller coaster for golf this week. Let's just be honest.
I'm hoping we can keep the show under an hour. I'm just going to leave it at that. Can we keep this under an hour tonight?
We will do our best to bring you all in the golfing world.
The Steve mute button is going to come in handy tonight.
Yes, it will. All right, Steve, we'll let you introduce tonight's guest for us.
I'm super excited, partly because next Tuesday, Steve is 50-50 on whether or not he will be on the podcast next Tuesday as a result of the fact that he will be in Augusta, Georgia. However, our guest tonight is going to be there long before Steve gets there. And we are really excited to bring the Sokol family in. Hey, guys, how are you?
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. So what's happening in I know you guys are down here in Central Florida, but we're here to talk with you guys about some things like junior golf. We're here to talk about, I don't know, kind of a big deal this Sunday for Brooklyn, right? So Brooklyn, I saw that smile. So we're going to start and we're going to get to Sunday. But Brooklyn, I want to know, you're what, 7 years old?
Yeah,
When did golf become your thing?
when I was very little.
Really little? Okay. How'd you start?
I don't know.
You don't know? Was it dad looking for a new golf buddy? Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. So Brooklyn, in that, but you're out here playing. What made you want to practice and get better?
Because I want to do good and be a good golfer when I'm older.
There you
Nice.
go.
I'm going to put money on you are already better than Dave.
Yeah.
And
Brooklyn, I'm going to second that, and yeah.
in Brooklyn, I know something because I talked to your dad yesterday. Did you win a trophy this weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely one more than Dave has.
So what trophy did you win this weekend?
The Jekyll Island Cup one.
The Jekyll. That's a huge trophy to win. I gotta say, Jekyll Island's a major golf course. So
It's a U.S.
congratulations.
kids regional.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
Well,
are you
that's
excited to go to Augusta? Okay.
Have you
What's
been
your-
before?
Okay.
No.
No.
None of us have been.
Oh.
So let
Well,
me
we-
ask Mom and Dad, what are you guys looking forward to the most about going for the first time?
I mean, it's kind of golf, I don't know what the right word is, but it's like just the place you want to be in golf, and to see it for the first time, I'm sure it's going to be amazing for all of us.
We described it as the Disney World of golf. Like, it's once you get there, it's a magical place.
I think that's probably the way to describe it. Yeah.
And Brooklyn, you're going to
what
get
you
to do
guys
something
don't
that
know is that at one point all three of us worked at Disney World together. So for us to describe it that way,
And I will say, Brooklyn, you get to do something that none of us have got to do, and everyone dreams of doing. You get to actually play golf at Augusta. Are you excited about that?
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. So Mom and Dad, we're all parents of kids. You guys are growing a family, and I understand, Brooklyn, your sister's a pretty good golfer too, right?
Yeah, she is.
She's here.
So for Mom and Dad, when did you guys realize that this could really be serious?
Like, really serious. I think when Reagan was 7, she won the Jekyll Island Cup in 2025, and she shot 34, 35, and I think we kind of realized that we had some talented girls.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
about the first 2 or 3 holes for me. So, Mom, you have two girls that are doing all this, and you have Brooklyn getting ready to go to Augusta. What's a typical week look for you guys now as a household, and within the world of junior golf here?
Yeah, I mean, we're a pretty normal family. Justin and I both work. The kids go to school, so a typical week is, the normal work, pick them up from school, and then we head to the golf course probably 5 or 6 days a week. And they go out there for an hour and a half after school. Just kind of hit every station, like driving range, chipping, putting, or he takes them out to play 9 holes. I go home and cook dinner. It's trying to balance all of that. But yeah, right now as we're kind of ramping up we're ramping up for Jekyll Island and for drive, chip, and putt. I'd say we're probably there 6 days a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So do you both play golf?
We do. That's how we met.
Nice.
Yep.
Oh,
We met on the
okay.
golf course.
Nice.
Shocking, right?
Well, my wife does not play golf, so it's I can't get her to take up the game, but that's great. So you all met on the golf course, and now you have 2 beautiful daughters that love the game as well. So it's now a family affair. That's a lot of fun.
Which is funny because we never all play at the same time.
That's true. And like you said, as a family, like I have a 5-year-old, and trying to get him and me and my wife all available at the same time to do anything is, you got to plan and schedule things like 3 months in advance with all of our schedules.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like when the 4 of us are out there, like Justin and I try to hit some shots, but we're more like managing them and helping them. So
Don't get eaten by an alligator, all that stuff.
Oh yeah, that's true.
so
That's my wife's biggest fear. We're going to Hilton Head the week after the Masters for that tournament to visit my parents, and we're gonna play golf there. And she's like, just make sure he's not by the water playing golf by the alligators. So I know how that is.
yeah.
It's very real.
I
So
think they're pretty
Brooklyn,
aware now, but when they were
Okay.
little, we had to be particular. Yeah.
and now you're just chasing your golf ball and making sure that you're hitting straight down the fairway. So Brooklyn, who's your favorite golfer that you kind of model your game after?
Scotty Scheffler, Rory McIlroy, and Justin Thomas.
Okay. I was
Those
not
are-
the footwork of Scotty Scheffler.
Those are 3 great ones, though. So Justin, and let's ask this one. And I think from a parent standpoint, is you guys have, you're going all these things, you're out on the golf course 6 days a week, and a lot of people wouldn't see that as a sacrifice. But what are the sacrifices that people don't see raising 2 amazing junior golfers?
I don't know. I don't think we look at it as like what we're sacrificing, because we all love it. We like to do it together. I think maybe some social stuff, some personal stuff, but in the big scheme of things, it seems very much worth it as they get better and better and they love it.
That's awesome.
Now within that, as a follow-up, is there a line between, pushing them if they maybe not want to go out to the course and get some work in versus let's go out and have some fun?
So, I mean, we try and balance it. During the week, that hour and a half, I think we try to be pretty focused, but usually it'll turn into, a putting competition or a chipping competition at the end. And then on Saturday mornings, they do an hour and a half kind of a camp with, we practice up at Cheval Golf Club, and there's a pro up there, Mr. Mario. He sets up games. They set up putting, chipping. They hit at the range. So it's really fun to interact with the kids. There's usually like 20 of them. And that's not serious. Leanne and I aren't sitting there watching them hit every shot like we do kind of during the week.
Yeah. I think there is a balance though, like you said, like if she doesn't want to go one day, like she doesn't go. Reagan will ask to go. But sometimes, Brooklyn's like, I need a break, usually like Thursday or Friday after school. And we're just like, okay, stay home, like play in the front yard. I think you have to give kids like that break when they want it. Our big thing is balance and not pushing them because we want them to want to do it. So we try to maintain that.
And that's great because I know, I mean, I have a brother and siblings. We're so different sometimes that the way we take to the game, like I'm the golfer in the family that wants to go out and play every day and do everything. But I will give my brother credit. He has a much better golf swing than I do, but he sometimes needs to take a break and doesn't have the passion that we do behind it. But he enjoys the game just as much. So it's just interesting to see that with different siblings too. So that's good that you have that balance there.
Try, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So when we talk balance, and I have my 11-year-old, I'm trying to get that balance for him right now. For all of you as a family, but maybe for Brooklyn and Reagan here, what are outside of golf, what do you guys enjoy doing? Are there other sports that you kind of to take your mind off of things? What activities do you like to do when you step away from the golf course and say, outside of just playing in the front yard, but how do you go about when you look at whether it's basketball or dance or figure skating in Central Florida?
There's a lot of that.
What else do you do? Go ahead, Reggie.
Baking, soccer. We like to dribble the basketball.
Football.
Reagan, what's your favorite thing to bake?
Cakes.
Cakes? Okay, good.
My body was made by cake and cookies.
Yes.
Yeah.
We made one today.
Oh, nice.
They're home
What kind
on
of cake
spring
did you
break.
make? Oh, that's what we have up here too in Indiana.
What kind of cake they asked
make?
A chocolate cake.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Ooh.
So.
Yeah, that's my favorite. So, Brooklyn, I've got to ask, are you nervous about this weekend?
A little bit.
A little bit?
Yeah.
I think you got this. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do really good.
That's awesome.
That's
I can't wait to watch
fantastic.
Sunday morning. So,
What are you looking forward to most when you get there?
What are you looking forward to?
Having fun and just having a good time there.
That's the best attitude.
That's the best.
What's your favorite of the drive, chip, and putt? What's your favorite to perform?
Probably driving and putting.
Nice.
nice.
I can do one of those things.
Can you?
Yeah.
I can.
Mom and Dad, obviously, winning in Jekyll Island, U.S. Kids event there, junior event. How do you guys handle pressure? I mean, I know my 9-year-old plays soccer, and I feel like he doesn't even think about the pressure. At their age, how do you guys deal with the pressure with them trying to perform and win?
I think they deal with it. I don't know. Justin is an athlete, and playing soccer early on, or Reagan played softball. They've kind of been in that competitive space since they were little. So I think they understand it. And the pressure, when we go into a tournament, our goals are not around scoring. They're around your attitude, or let's try to only have, let's have 4 2-putts somewhere in this 9 holes. So we try to make it about that. But yeah, when it comes down to Reagan's been in quite a few playoff holes, and Brooklyn, right, just her first time in a big tournament, of course you're going to feel pressure. I think we try to keep it light with them, and I don't know how, but they've figured it out themselves. So, I'm more nervous standing on the cart path than they are playing sport. So.
Yeah, they've done great in the pressure situations for sure. They've kind of thrived on it, to be honest.
I was walking at Bay Hill on Sunday with David. Why am I drawing a blank?
Daniel Berger?
No.
No?
Cam Young's father, David Young. And talking with him, and I asked him, I said, do you ever get nervous standing outside here? He goes, no, not as much as I used to when he was a kid.
So hopefully it gets better.
Yeah. I'm sure it will. They're just so little, right? And sometimes there are pretty intense moments in junior golf, but we try to just, we take it obviously very seriously, but we try to keep it light. And like I said, not tie their worth to it, or not tie like how proud we are of them to it. Like, I think they know we're proud of them no matter what happens on the golf course.
Mm-hmm.
I think the biggest thing that you all have said here is you make it fun. You have them enjoy it, because that's what it's about. It's about enjoying it. There's competition that's in there, because that's what I'm trying to teach my 5-year-old now too. When he's getting into basketball and golf, he'll get frustrated, and I'm like, "You're young. You got a lot to learn in this sport."
For sure.
So, Reagan, I want to ask you first. What was your reaction when your sister qualified to go to Augusta?
We were really happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Brooklyn, how excited were you when you found out you won?
Really excited.
Really excited? And now Mom and Dad, how excited were you guys? I feel like as a parent, that's entirely different feeling.
I was with her at Valhalla. They were home.
Yeah, we were at a golf lesson down in Naples. So we found out over the phone.
I was just like in shock. Because her group was last at that qualifier. So like they were wrapping it up, and you were the 7 and 9-year-old girls. And like there were a couple of girls still chipping, and you're watching the scoreboard, and she's like, I think I won. And I'm like, what? Like, I'm just a little bit of shock, because she was the youngest one at that qualifier. And she's like, yeah, I think I won. And we were like, before they even announced it, she somehow like saw the scoreboard, and we were just like quietly freaking out together, not like make a scene. So it was really cool. And then we FaceTimed them and FaceTimed our family. Yeah.
That's fantastic. So can you take us through, it's 3 different qualifiers you have to go through, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
So what's that like, going through all 3 stages of that?
It's pretty cool. So we actually started in Michigan, because Justin and I are born and raised in Michigan, and we go up there in the summer to see family. So we take the girls' stuff, and that's where we just ended up being at the time. So, you start at your first one, and that is a pressure situation. Because everyone wants to get to the next one. I don't know. Did you feel nervous at all those? Kind of. Yeah, so I think the good thing about that was we were surrounded by a lot of family and friends at the first 2, being in Michigan in the summer, and then being at Valhalla at the end was really cool. I always say, like, our kids have taken us, we're golfers, but our kids have taken us to more golf destinations, like Valhalla, Pinehurst, Jekyll Island, and it's because of these 2 that we've experienced that, and we've golfed our whole lives, and we haven't, but because of them, and now we're going to Augusta. Like, it's wild to think about.
So I have to ask this question before you go to Augusta, because I know what that answer is going to be, and this is for all of you. You can each answer individually. What's your favorite golf course that you've played or been to?
What's your favorite?
Pinehurst.
The Crane. You're not ready. Sure. He's been some pretty cool places, though, actually.
Yeah, I'll say Pine Valley.
Oh, okay. There you go. All right, so Augusta.
All right, Jason.
Never mind.
Yeah, Justin. Wow, that's a good one.
Mine. I do like Pinehurst, like the cradle section and the big putting green. It's just awesome to sit out there at night or have lunch out there and watch the kids play.
Yeah, Thistledew is a fun little putting course there.
Yeah. What's yours, sis? Oh, she said Valhalla.
Valhalla.
Oh, that's a great course too.
And you guys had to do the chip shot, right? Wasn't it the same chip shot that Xander Schauffele hit to win the PGA there?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
That's
How close
cool.
did you get it?
How close did you get it?
I think my closest was 20.
20.
I think inside 5 feet for one of them.
She got 20 points, she said. But yeah, the circle. Yeah.
There's like 3 different circles, 5, 10,
Yeah.
15, and then it's all point based.
That's awesome.
So Brooklyn, I'm sure your parents, and I'm sure as a golfer you've seen videos and watched the Masters in Augusta. Have you visualized yourself hitting shots there at Augusta already coming into this Sunday, or do you just want to just show up and just soak in the moment?
I don't really know. I just feel like I'm gonna just go there and have fun.
We have been watching a bunch of Drive Chip Putt national finals. So she's been watching that. So I think she's prepared for it.
Mentally planning out that strategy. That's great.
Right. I mean, the 30-footer and the 15th. I think the putting you can prepare for, or at least understand what the break is. She's looked at that.
Yeah. And I understand. We've got a great relationship with some friends at Upswing Golf, and I understand that putter in your bag is from Upswing Golf too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that the moneymaker for you? Is that the best one in there?
Probably.
Probably. How did you guys get connected with Upswing?
You tell the story. Yeah, it's interesting.
It was at Pinehurst at the Cradle. So Reagan was preparing for a world championship tournament. So she and Justin were out playing and practicing, and Brooklyn wanted to play the Cradle. So she and I played it. And I randomly got like one of the open tee times. So we got paired with Kevin and Justin. And so they were out there, I think, doing some promo stuff because all the kids were there playing. And they saw her swing. She almost had 2 hole-in-ones on a Cradle. And they were just loving it. We had so much fun with them. Afterwards, they let her try hitting a couple of clubs. And then from then on, we actually realized we have mutual friends in Texas. So it was just like, it all kind of came together that we met them for a reason. And, they obviously saw that our kids golf, and we went from there. Yeah.
It was perfect.
Now we've got the brand new Upswing girls putter that we absolutely love, and she's making everything.
Yeah, that torched look on that putter is one of the nicest clubs I think out there right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really cool. Everyone comments on how cool her putter is.
Yeah, we saw it at the PGA show, and it was. I was kind of jealous I couldn't put it in my bag. They didn't make one for me.
Not quite tall enough.
No. When you guys look at it at their age now, and I know as I've gotten older, proper equipment fitting has become more important, but how important is it for them at their age?
I think it's important. It's challenging too, right? Because they grow so fast. I feel like, every 9-12 months, it's like, okay, what are we going to do next? There's always like something else to do. So it's just not easy to manage.
But no, that's awesome. Well, Brooklyn, I've got to tell you, we're excited to watch you this Sunday at the Drive, Chip, and Putt. And we can't wait to see you at the end of the day shaking hands with that former Masters winner getting a trophy from them. What do you think? How does that sound?
Cool.
Cool. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it. We'll be watching this weekend. Best of luck, safe travels. I'll be
enjoy Augusta.
Yeah, enjoy
it.
And Brooklyn, make sure they take you in the merchandise shop and buy you some good merchandise too.
We've got a list started.
Yeah, we've got a list of a lot of people wanting things. So yes,
of course.
Trust me, the first time
of new stuff.
The first time you go in there, that list goes out the window, and you just get to the register and don't look at the total.
Ignore the final total.
Hand over a credit card and just look at it down the road.
For sure.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for joining us tonight.
Thank you. Best of luck this weekend.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hit them well.
Bye.
Oh,
that's so much fun that the tour and junior golf does these sort of things for kids to experience this. Now, when we were kids, they didn't have something like this, and that this drive, chip, and putt has come up over the past few years has been an amazing thing for junior golf. And we talk about this all the time, growing the game. This grows the game, and we will be rooting for you out there, Brooklyn, and wish you the best. Just most importantly, like your parents have told you, have fun out there and just enjoy the time.
Enjoy the moment.
All right. Well,
and if you are looking for some new kids clubs, you need to go check out our friends at Upswing Golf. You can grow like a pro with different sets. And if you looked as you grow, is one of the things we talked about as kids grow, you can definitely get that new set and even change out your shafts as you grow. So every club is interchangeable. So go check out our friends at Upswing Golf.
All right. Well, with that, let's get into some more exciting news this week. And let's talk about the win by our friend Gary Woodland. Congratulations on an amazing win out at Houston this week at the Texas Children's Open. What an amazing, Texas Children's Houston Open. What an amazing week he had. He started hot, played well the entire week, and what a finish to just take a commanding lead at 21 under to win this week. And the clubs that he uses out there are some of the best clubs that we think on the market here, right, Steve?
Correct. Hold on. Change screen.
That's your transition, Steve.
Yeah, I know, and I
good time in here.
Yeah, I changed screens, and look what happens.
We're gonna call that in.
So led the field in driving distance this week with the Cobram Optim driver. Experience highly addictive accuracy with Cobra's line of Optim drivers, designed with optimized MOI and POI. The Optim drivers deliver incredible stability, unmatched accuracy off the tee. Upgrade your game by purchasing an Optim driver today. Learn more at cobragolf.com.
So we've all talked about Gary Woodland over the years and how just a nice guy he is on tour. Then everything that he went through with a tumor and getting that removed, then to the vulnerability that he had a few weeks ago, talking about the PTSD that he's going through and just the emotions that he is going through. None of us can realize or fathom what he is going through. And to come back and be able to play golf and do this is just such a heartwarming story that I was so happy that Gary got the win last week. And I want to see this continue and him continue to fight through what he is going through and be the ultimate golfing dad that he is for his family as well. It's just so touching to see this. So what did you guys think this week?
Well, after watching all three of our picks miss the cut, it was really great.
That was cute, by the way. That was really cute.
Yeah. Just to, we've talked about Gary's story, on here, and coming back through everything that he has gone through, not just Gary being, carrying the Cobra clubs, but just who he is as an individual and what he means to the tour itself. He is an inspiration to everybody out there. And, he's been, we've seen some top 10s, we've seen some top 20s out of him. But really to watch him get that 5-shot lead and hold on to it on Sunday and just keep his foot on the gas all the way through Sunday's 18. And his playing partners recognizing that coming up 18 and just giving Gary his moment kind of in the sun to soak it all in. I think not only did Gary deserve that, I think us as fans were right in giving it to him.
I said Players Week that Gary Woodland would win on tour and it would be the biggest story of the year. I think it's a bigger story than, and I do not want to take anything away from Paul Azinger and Paul Azinger's win when he came back after battling cancer. I think this one's bigger for a lot of reasons. I think the PTSD. I think when you look at the story and him talking about what happened on Friday, making the turn, and he got spooked with his PTSD and had PGA Tour security walking with them the back nine on Friday to get in. And he talks about the fact he got into the scoring tent and just broke down in tears and couldn't have asked for better playing partners. I will stand by, and we haven't even gotten a major season yet. I will say that when you get to the end of the year, the biggest story on the PGA Tour this year will be Gary Woodland winning in Houston. And I really think that. And I think that not only is it the best story, I think it's the coolest story. I think that when you look at everything that's gone on the PGA Tour and you look at the battle with LIV and you look at the growth and the things that are changing with the PGA Tour, this story is why the PGA Tour is amazing. Well, and you look at what Texas Children's has done, you look at the shoes that they did, and he had a girl who had a brain tumor just like his design his shoes for the week. And the things that they do at Texas Children's, this was the perfect storm of how to win a golf tournament. And I think that he really, when you look at what he did, every one of us, everybody there, if you have a problem with what happened, you're an idiot. I'll say it. And I really think that when you look back at this, it's literally the coolest thing that you are going to see all year on the PGA Tour.
Well, this is what we look forward to on the PGA Tour. When we talk about these stories and we talk about that not every event is a major, every event has a story behind it. This one is a major story. I honestly don't think this is going to be Gary Woodland's biggest story of the year. I think he's going to have a bigger win later on this year because I think the momentum that he has, I think the way that he's playing and how he's working through this is so inspirational that I think he will get another win this year, and this will continue and will be.
I think this gets a monkey off of his back.
I do. I don't think it makes anything, but I think it makes it slightly better, and I think it helps him grow and work through this as a person. Because
the feeling that I could still do this.
Yeah, and I think that's the big thing because you can tell when he's talking that he wants to do this and he wants to work through this, and it's just not. He's just struggling, and it's hard for him to work through this every single time. And I love that you didn't feel like that was the story. The story was Gary Woodland playing golf and playing well this week. It wasn't, oh, I hope he gets through this and I hope he gets through it. It's nope, Gary's playing well, and we're not talking about his struggles. We're talking about his successes. And that's what I loved about watching this week.
You know what else I love? And I got to play twice this weekend. And I got to dial in my game with the Bridgestone Tour B featuring the Mindset technology. The visual cue helps you focus, commit, and roll it pure. Same tour level performance, now with a way smarter way to lock in. Find your fit and play the Tour B. Find out more at bridgestonegolf.com.
I mean, if you're looking for a great golf ball, that new Velo Surge technology, man, that ball just keeps getting better and better year after year.
Oh, wow. Duff is watching tonight. Duff, what's up,
a
bud?
sighting.
There's a Duff sighting.
Wow.
I know.
Duff, unlike someone else in this area, actually made a
bracket
for March Madness, and is doing pretty well.
I played golf with Shank on Sunday. I really am not really that concerned right now. Shank and I sat in a golf cart for 18 holes at the Palm at Disney, which was a great time.
Hey, this weekend I get to experience all that is March Madness here in downtown Indianapolis. My son is going to be dribbling a basketball for like this million kids basketball dribble through downtown on Easter Sunday. Hopefully it doesn't pouring rain on them. And then on Monday is the finals. So who do you guys have, speaking of championships, who do you guys have for your Final Four based on what it is now, not on what you thought?
I still have Michigan alive. So
you think that's going to be the?
I need Michigan to win because then I win my family pool because everybody else has Arizona. So
that's true. Your family would be big Arizona fans too. So
yes. Well, no, because they're all my family is Sun Devils for Arizona State. This is the one time that they actually do pick Arizona when it comes to basketball. So I was fairly close. You know, I think the Duke upset. Now, I'd love to see the UConn upset of Duke. You know, I think Duke got Leitner in that.
Shut up.
I had Duke.
So what are you, a big Duke fan?
I've always been a big Duke fan, actually, basketball.
I did have Duke, but watching that game, madness.
I could not believe that they blew that at the end of that game.
I know.
I mean, that was almost as bad as the Pacer game I was at on Friday, where they made an inbound shot and then missed 2 free throws at the end. There's some crazy basketball going on this weekend in both the NBA and the NCAA. So, all right, let's just get right into it. Let's get
what? Nothing's going on. What are we going to get right into?
We beat around the bush here.
We got to talk this. We got to talk now. It's all. We talked about it, about someone making their glorious comeback at Augusta, and it looks like that's not going to happen. Unfortunately, unless you are under a rock, you've probably all heard that Tiger Woods got in yet another car accident. Luckily, he is okay, and that no one was hurt in this incident. But there's a lot that has happened over the last few days from this happening on Friday afternoon to today, Tuesday. A lot has unfolded with this. And there's a lot to unpack.
Okay. I don't feel like we need to rehash the car accident. Everyone else has seen it. Let's not talk about that. The news today that he pled not guilty. And then tonight at 6:30, he released a statement on social media, and I'll read the statement on social media that Tiger released. And it says, "I know and understand the seriousness of the situation I find myself in today. I am stepping away for a period of time to seek treatment and focus on my health. This is necessary in order for me to prioritize my well-being and work towards lasting recovery. I'm committed to taking the time needed to return in a healthier, stronger, and more focused place, both personally and professionally. I appreciate your understanding and support and ask for privacy for my family, loved ones, and myself at this time, Tiger."
So I think that's the biggest thing here. I think the privacy, I think Tiger needs to step away from the limelight. We all need to not worry, like, when's the next time Tiger going to play? Let Tiger be a dad for his kids. Let Tiger work through what he's got to work through. Dave, you and I were talking about this prior to the show here, and you had some interesting thoughts on this. So where do you think this goes from here, Dave? And what's your take on what should happen next for Tiger?
So, like I said, I don't think this is a Tiger Woods problem. I think this is an Eldrick Woods problem. I think Tiger is
Ooh.
a persona, just like a stage name for many actors. Tiger is a persona in golf. He is number one throughout everything. You know, Tiger shows up, and you know, this accident was not reported as Eldrick Woods rolls over. It's not a statement coming from that. It's a statement coming from Tiger because Tiger sells. And I think what he needs to do is he needs to figure out the morality between where he is as Tiger Woods and where he is as Eldrick Woods. And I think for him to try and find that divide between his personal and professional life, and that's where he needs to find his peace. And, you know, moving forward, I'd love from a dad to a dad, you know, him just to be able to sit in the stands one day and be Charlie's dad at a golf tournament and sit there and not be Tiger Woods 15-time major champion that is being announced, you know, and taking away from everything else. And I think he needs to find that balance. And I think today's announcement is the right step in that, but I feel it's very similar to the one he made after his first car crash. So I think he needs to find an outlet where he can be expressive, where it doesn't involve agents and PRs and NDAs. And he just needs to find someone that he can talk to that's not about to write a tell-all book, that doesn't need to be a Barbara Walters special, but he just needs to find a group of people where he can sit down and be himself and talk through his issues.
What I think you hit the nail on the head there is he needs to do this.
Sorry.
He needs to.
I don't mean to laugh, but I'm going to put this comment up there because this was funny.
Yeah, take that down. That's
Rob, really?
that's what needs to stop. That's what needs to stop
Yeah.
here is we need to not get on. Tiger needs help.
Yeah.
He needs to find someone to help him. He needs to look inside himself and say, hey, I can't continue down this path because it's not good for him. It's not good for his family. And I mean, if he wants to be the face of golf moving forward, it's not good for the face of golf moving forward either. But Tiger needs help, and Tiger needs to take that time, step away, be out of the limelight, and find out what's best for him. Because if he continues down this path, it's not going to end well, and it's not going to go well for him. And this goes for anyone. If you have a friend out there struggling with anything, that we need to, as a community, be there for him and let him have this time. Let him go through what he needs to go through to get better. And that's what we need to do as a golf community, is not wonder, oh, when's Tiger going to come back and when's the next thing, and put that pressure out there. We just need to let Tiger kind of go get help and get better, because that's what we need for anybody that's going through something like this. Steve, what are your thoughts?
I think the disappointing part, when you look back, and we all look back, and Tiger has played 11 golf tournaments since the start of 2021. And you look back over the course of Tiger's career. And the funny part about it, when you look back over the course of Tiger's career, around all the greatness, there's 4 major car accidents. Between the one at Isleworth, between the one down in South Florida, the one in California, and now the one on Jupiter Island. And you can look at a lot of things around all of those at moments in his career that ebbed and flowed. And I think the really disappointing part, when we all look back at this, and don't get me wrong, Tiger has had arguably the greatest career in the history of golf. You could argue it with Jack and about Jack only. I think when you look at the body of the work now, and yes, he's got 82 wins. Yes, he has 15 majors. Yes, he has some of the greatest moments in golf history. I think the very disappointing part for me in this is what could have really been. And where could Tiger have gotten to if none of this had ever happened. And when you look and say to yourself, I got lucky, and I've seen Tiger do some pretty amazing things on the golf course, from better than most to the return to glory to going back to 1997 and him dominating the Masters and him dominating the US Open in 2000 at Pebble Beach. And you look at the wins and you look at some of the shots, the shot in Canada that he hit out of the bunker to win the Canadian Open. You look at the way he literally got around St. Andrews to win at St. Andrews. And
yeah. We all know Tigers. I'm going to do the Phil Mickelson thing here.
The greatness that we all witnessed from him, honestly, is the tip of the iceberg of what it really could have been. And I think that is the hard part when I look back at this and I say, you know, I'm one of the biggest Tiger fans on the planet. I think he's done amazing things for the game of golf. And I think that there could have been so much more if these 4 instances didn't happen. And you have to think it's you have to wonder what else could have been. Could he have gotten to 100 wins? Could he have gotten to 100 wins? Could he have surpassed Jack's major count? I mean,
you look at that, and I'm going to give you a different perspective here. Tiger came up in an age as the internet is booming, as everything else, and I think the unparalleled pressure that was placed upon him was unlike anything else that the sport or any sport at that time, maybe Jordan, but the unparalleled pressure that was placed upon him by media, by society, by fans, by maybe even the PGA, we'll never know. And I think that compounded who Tiger was.
Well, I think for any of these major athletes that are the GOATs of their time, there's always something that comes along with that. And it's tough because the pressure that they're under is they have to keep performing at that level. And when that slacks off a little bit or they have a bad day, they're trying to do everything to get back up to that peak and to have that high that they want to reach. And sometimes that pressure is too much to handle and they go to other things. And that's something that we can never experience that because we're not the
because we can sit here and we can armchair it as much as we can, but we're not in those shoes. We've never been the number one player in the world in anything. And my heart, it just goes out to him right now. Like I said, as a dad to a dad, and hoping that this all works out for the best in the end.
Yeah, and I think
the hard part that I look at, the hard part that I see with this is when you look at everything that's gone on and you look at his role at the PGA Tour, right? But you look at what's gotten him to this point, and it's been his back and the surgeries and the numerous surgeries in the leg and the constant living in pain. And you look at where he's gotten and you've got to do something to try and make yourself feel better. That's where we're at with him. And I think the hard part that I see is this isn't a case of drugs or alcohol. And I mean recreational drugs. I don't mean prescription drugs when I say that. I think when you look at this and you say to yourself, none of us have been through the countless number of surgeries that he's had. And Tiger has never been one, and we've talked about it on the show before, Tiger's never been one to come out and talk about what's really going on. I mean, he was the one that was hitting golf balls on a Monday at Big Cedar Lodge, and they asked him how his back was, and he said, great. And then Tuesday afternoon, a press release came out, and he went in and had back surgery because there was a problem.
So that's always been the thing with Tiger is you have this persona that we see and we want him to live up to.
Yeah.
But when he's going through stuff, like, that's where a lot of this stems from, is that he feels he has to live up to the public image of what we want Tiger to be, or what we want the GOAT to be.
To always be Sunday Red Tiger.
Yeah, and that's impossible.
Yeah.
And sometimes as a society, we set too high of a standards for these athletes and make them these godlike figures. And we're not gods. No one is out here. No GOAT is ever going to be like that. And you've seen it with a lot of GOATs in the sport, is when Tiger first had his incident at Isleworth, everyone was like, oh, I feel betrayed. Like, I thought Tiger was this. Same thing when Michael Jordan, when he had issues, people thought like, oh, they're supposed to be this perfect person, but none of us are perfect.
No.
And
I think
they live in that public eye that makes it so tough.
I think the one thing that we have to look at this point, and you have to look at and say, and Matt, you said something on here in a comment that I kind of agree with. We need to be there for him like we were at AK and GW.
Yep.
I'm just glad, and I'm going to say, and this is going to sound, I'm not trying to sound morbid as I say this, but I'm glad we're talking about the fact that no one got hurt, right? Because this could have been a lot worse. All of it could have been a lot worse. We're not talking about the fact that there was a plane crash and he passed away. We're talking about somebody that can get help right now and is going to get help. And we're talking about somebody that every time Tiger has been counted out, because he's been counted out a lot after all of these. I mean, he was counted out a lot, and they didn't think he would win 2019 at the Masters. Every time Tiger has been counted out, he has come back and won. Tiger put his name in, and now I don't know if they've taken him off of the Masters website at this point, but Tiger is also registered for the Senior Open. And Tiger has the ability to now be the one person in golf to have won the Junior Am, the Am, the Open, and the Senior Open if he can win the Senior Open at some point.
Yeah, but that's what we got to stop. Like, we can't keep putting this out there, like, hoping that this is going to happen with Tiger. He's got to
But at this point,
like, I don't
that's
care if he does any of that.
I agree with you.
No, his drive right now is to get better.
That's his drive. His drive has to be, hey, I need to get to a good place in life. Not like I need to get to a place where I'm good. Not, I don't need to worry about getting to that, because I think that's the problem. I think he wants to get there so badly that he's rushing to get there, and he's rushing to get better, and he's doing all of this stuff that he needs to take a step back and just say, hey, what I've done is the best of all time. Like, he, hands down, he is one of the best of all time, and he needs to just sit back and say, I just need to be, as Dave said, Eldrick, not Tiger. I need to be a dad. I need to not worry about that stuff, because I think if he's worrying about that, he's not going to get better.
Okay, let me ask you this, Greg. On March 31st, 2026, you have two choices. It's, do you think we will see Tiger Woods play another event at either the PGA Tour or the PGA Tour Champions level, or be the next CEO or commissioner of the PGA Tour? Which one is more likely?
I don't want to see either. I really don't. I want to see Tiger step back. I don't want to see Tiger have that pressure, because I think either way, he is such a competitive person that he just needs to focus on, hey, I need to be Tiger. I need to be there for my family. I need to be there for me. And he's going to want to compete, but he needs to step back and not think about that. I think for the
if we don't hear anything from Tiger for the next year or two years, if that's what it takes for him, then he as a person is better off for it. The game of golf will survive without Tiger Woods. Tiger needs to be himself and be focused on family right now, and
you
everything
put
else.
this in a great place, Tiger.
Yeah,
this game's in a great place.
Water, it is what it is. But the game of golf will move forward without Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods, Eldrick Woods, whoever needs to be better for himself and his family first, and then everything else is secondary.
You know what would be clear?
I was wondering if you were going to go this route.
If you had a Nikon Coolshot rangefinder, you'd be able to lock in your yardages with the Nikon Coolshot rangefinder, fast, accurate distances, slope technology, and crystal clear optics. So you can pick the right club with total confidence. Nikon Coolshot. See it, shoot it, stick it. Nikon rangefinder is the official rangefinder of the LPGA Tour and the Golfing Dads.
But yeah, so here's the thing. We all just got to wish Tiger the best. Let Tiger get better. Find the help that he needs, because like we said, this is the 4th time. There's something that's not right here, and he needs to figure this out. And we just need to stop putting the pressure on him saying, oh, when's this going to happen? When are you going to be back? Let Tiger, you left golf better than you found it. And if any of us can say that about anything we've done, that we have left it better than we found it, we have done our jobs. So Tiger,
we've left the podcast world better than we found it. I'll just leave it at that.
we're making it better than we found it.
So, but next week, Steve, you get to pick up one of these again.
I do. Let's not talk about that. I want to wrap this. Dave, no odds tonight.
No.
Just who's the favorite this week going into the Texas Open?
Somebody.
Okay, cool. We
all missed the cut last week.
Since we all missed the cut, what's the picking order this week?
I go first because I had the worst player, followed by Greg, followed by you. Tommy Fleetwood leads it right now at 14.25. Ricky's at 27. The guy that I wanted to take is not in the field this week, so
that must be Gary Woodland.
No, I was going to take Goddard, but he's not there this week.
No, he ain't playing this week.
I'm going to take Ludwig.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to take my pick. I was worried about that. Talking about people making a comeback. Don't call it a comeback. He's been here for years. Give me Jordan Spieth.
I was already typing it. I've picked Jordan.
Wow.
I could not pick Jordan this month. Well,
Why?
Actually, it would be on a new month.
It's a new month. Yeah, you
yeah.
could have picked Jordan.
Yeah. Steve?
Just like I could have picked Ricky, who needs to win to make the Masters, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm staying away from that. I feel like there's a lot of guys playing some decent golf right now. And I feel like I need a good pick, so just give me Tommy Fleetwood.
Oh, that's good. All right. I thought you were going to take like a Maverick McNeely there.
I looked at it. I'll be honest with you. That was one of the ones I did look at.
He's 25.
What I looked at too. So, well, with that, we lost Steve. So,
cheers, y'all. We'll see you next week.
Cheers. Brooklyn, good luck. The drive, chip, and putt.
All right, guys. What a round today. Cheers.
Cheers.
So,